It's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of trafficking, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage in a context.
So it looks like 50 Cent is not going to let go of Diddy anytime soon, since he is still firmly gripping Diddy. This time, he's talking about Ava Barone, Diddy's adopted daughter. Let us just say that what he's saying is very important. Listen up, because every time 50 Cent talks about Diddy, it's like finding a new layer of darkness. Each time, the story is more shocking than the last, but his latest bombshell might be the most shocking one yet, plunging us into a world of mystery and worry. He's still living, telling the truth about what happened with Ava Barone Combs and how she disappeared from the public eye. Now remember, in 2020, when Diddy happily told everyone that Ava had been adopted, well, she disappeared just as quickly as she came. There may be more to this story than meets the eye, as 50 Cent suggests that Diddy is involved in some shady business with Ava. Did Homeland Security's raid have anything to do with Ava? Has Hollywood kept Diddy's bad side a secret all this time? And how in the world did 50 Cent get these shady recordings of Ava and Diddy?
And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into sexual acts with.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for this crazy ride. Diddy's problems keep getting stranger and more upsetting. Several people have come forward to say that Diddy is up to no good, and Homeland Security even searched his homes on accusations of trafficking, right? Okay, here's the twist. What about Diddy's beautiful daughter that he adopted? Did you forget that he had one? Out of the blue, Diddy said a few years ago that he had adopted a white kid. Then poof, she was no longer in the spotlight. It's like she never existed at all, really. No one has been asking what happened to Ava while everyone is talking about the latest stories. And to be honest, it's getting stranger and stranger. And 50 Cent is here to make it clear. The first time this was said, we didn't think much of it. For the most part, we didn't know as much about the things that are said about Diddy at the time. There were reports that he was mostly on the DL, but that's his business and not against the law. At the time, he seemed to be having relationships with younger guys that were mutually agreed upon. Again, it's not a big deal because they look young but are still old. But what we know about him now is enough to make anyone's hair stand on end. Each new case against him shows a different, unsettling side of him. Cassie's case said he was a bad guy who treated her badly in every way possible. And then there's Little Rod, who says he not only SAD him, but also tried to sell him to other men in the business, like Cuba Gooding Jr. But the real trouble began when Homeland Security searched his houses in Los Angeles and Miami because they thought he might be trafficking people. We knew things were really bad at that point. He had been sued before, but they were only legal cases. There were no criminal charges. It was clear that something very, very bad was going to happen when the feds got involved, was going down. Large-scale raids like that are only done by the feds when they have really bad information. In any case, after the raid, Diddy's lawyers criticized the FBI, saying that they were unfairly targeting him to cause trouble and hurt his reputation. His lawyers said that this unprecedented ambush, along with a well-coordinated media presence, causes people to judge Mr. Combs too quickly and is just a witch hunt based on false claims made in civil cases. There has been no finding of criminal or legal responsibility for any of these claims. It is false to say that Mr. Combs is guilty. He will keep fighting every day to clear his name. The federal officers then answered, "We think there is a disturbing history of sex trafficking. We are reacting to specific, clear, and definite accusations. I'm not making this up. We didn't pick his name at random. We're looking into claims that were made against us. If the fans did what they said they were going to do because of these claims, you can be sure that this story is not over yet. We're about to find out even more shocking things. Let's hope that we finally find out what happened to Ava Barone Combs, Diddy's adopted white daughter. Back in 2020, Diddy went live on Instagram to say that he had adopted a white girl named Ava. She introduced herself and told him that he had adopted her. There was a strange moment that made everyone scratch their heads. And now that everything is happening, the puzzle grows even more.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Barone.
Ava Barone Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that mature my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Ava, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. And it's Ava Barone Combs. Let's go.
At the time, we thought Diddy might be up to no good. When the plague was going on, kids needed all the love they could get. So many things have made people stop giving him the side eye. The video also seems very strange, but that's not the only big red flag. Diddy said that his adoption process was like Madonna's, which makes people even more suspicious because Madonna's adoptions have had some shady parts. Reports say that Madonna didn't adopt her black children in a completely legal way. The Ethiopian World Federation, a charity group, accused her of trafficking people and sexually abusing children last year. Parents are said to have let her take their kids by telling them they would get a great education in the U.S., but she then adopted the kids instead. It's also interesting that Diddy would compare his parenting to Madonna's. It says a lot. Fans are curious about why Diddy didn't include his daughters in that video with his boys. Ava did say that she wanted to play with Diddy's children. Where did they go? His kids were speaking out, and Ava looked so awkward in that video. Let's not even begin trying to say what Diddy told her to say again. There are a lot of ideas going around about why Ava looks so nervous in the video. It could have been the mood in the room. After all, Diddy's kids cause enough trouble on their own. Due to the fact that Little Rod sued Justin and Christian is having his own legal problems with his essay, it makes sense that the mood might have been off. What raised the most eyebrows, though? After that video, Ava almost disappeared. Yes, she was seen a few times with Diddy's twins, Jesse and Delilah. After that, she seemed to disappear. Not even a movie or picture of the family. You'd think she'd be around for a lot longer since Diddy made her call him Papa Combs. She might not have been in the family Bible, though. Fans are now starting to wonder after all the recent shocking claims that Diddy trafficked and abused women. If Ava did something bad, the whole thing is becoming a real-life mystery, and people can't help but guess what's going on behind the scenes. But now, things get even more interesting. Gene Dill, who used to be Diddy's protection, stepped in and said some very rude things. He said Diddy not only made serious threats against Dava, but also used her for power and then broke up with her. Gene says Diddy's big plan was to get easy points by adopting a poor girl he saw on the streets during the pandemic and acting like he loved her like his own, even though it wasn't real. Gene also talked about the reports that Diddy did something bad to Ava, but he didn't say what it was. He definitely dropped some strong hints when he said that everyone in the business knows what Diddy's really like. You guys talk about hot tea.
You know what's so crazy is, bruh, that All these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into sexual acts with him. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got sexual charges and everything on him. But he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN, is keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
Gene seems to be right about something, which is sad. It's been seen over and over again in the entertainment industry when people like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Cosby act badly. Even Cassie leaked information in her lawsuit about how Diddy was surrounded by yes men who let him get away with so many bad things. So when Gene dropped these bombs, it made us really wonder what's going on. And here's the catch. Gene said that Diddy might have had some not so nice videos of Ava, if you get my idea.
Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of trafficking, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage in a context.
And that the police were looking for them. It looks like 50 Cent is also on Gene's side because he knows a lot more than we thought about Diddy and his antics. A while ago, 50 Cent tried to tell us about Diddy, but before he was caught, people thought he was just being mean because Diddy wouldn't sign him when he first started out in the business. To be fair, though, that could have had something to do with it, since everyone knows that 50 Cent won't forget his small grudges against anyone in the business. That's why he's also been fighting with Diddy's best friend, Jay-Z. Anyway, 50 first hinted that the cops were hiding some more disturbing information about Diddy, like when he said, "This is why they put out that tape." They know we can't blame him for what we saw, but they also know we can't take back what we saw. In other words, a source close to 50 since says they have solid proof that Diddy trafficked Ava and that it will be a big part of his upcoming program. To give you some background, 50 Cent said last year that he was making a documentary about Diddy and asked, "Did he do it? The GLG Greenlight Gang and another one are coming soon." He also said, "Rapper, I thought Diddy was a music mogul worth $1 billion. He should file for bankruptcy right now if he's smart. People who have real money understand what I mean. There's no one better to do the job than me, guys. This is where the receipts are." We all thought it was just another one of his complicated jokes when he said he was going to make a documentary. He is known for pulling jokes on people, but surprise, surprise. It looks like he wasn't joking this time. He meant what he said. When the big networks heard about his idea, we knew he was serious. All of a sudden, there were bidding wars. Everyone was eager to get involved, and the competition was tough. There were many bids, but Netflix won and got the rights to the documentary. The numbers being thrown around are so crazy that they'll make your eyes pop out of your head. We don't have an exact number or release date yet, and 50 sure made a lot of money with this documentary. But how could you blame him? This wasn't just any documentary. As exciting, dramatic, and full of turns as a roller coaster, this was the real deal. They knew they had a golden ticket when they found a story that had to be told. When he made the news, 50 Cent said, "Guys, we're all making good TV. It's just that minds are the best. Netflix gets the rights to show the show, but I'll need more episodes if more victims come forward." We thought the documentary was all about Cassie and other cases when we first heard about it. There are now rumors that Ava will be in the show, which makes the whole thing 10 times more suspicious. It looks like 2024 will be the year of the takedown because all of your favorite people are being sacked. Even though it's a nightmare, the fans have a lot to say about it. I need to hear what you all think about this. Do you think Diddy adopted Ava to get attention during the pandemic? If so, do you think it was real? Would you say that there is something bad going on? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.